Go ahead.
Okay, let's call this to order. Oh, haha, just in time.
Yeah, perfect.
Chairperson has arrived.
Took a little bit longer to get here than I
You're live, so.
thought. Great.
We were just gonna call a roll, and it looks like everybody's here.
Great. Everybody's here except Perry. No, Perry's
Nope,
right there.
he's there.
Great, okay. All right, so, so I guess let the minutes reflect that everybody is here. All of our board members are here, that's cool. Okay, we don't have minutes, is that right, Jeremy?
Correct, I wasn't here, and
Yeah.
no one took minutes, so we'll use the recording, and just do a summary, something like that.
Perfect. So we'll move that to October. Great.
Did we already approve the August ones that you sent?
I think that was on our September meeting agenda. I don't have that agenda right here, so let's say, I guess we'll have to look at our October meeting. Okay, moving on to new business. So from,
Yeah, we did already approve them.
we did, okay,
Oh, no, wait a minute, it said no good. No, but we didn't approve them,
okay.
so we could approve.
Okay, it's not on the agenda, so we shouldn't do that. Or you're only supposed to do things that are on the agenda.
Oh,
Yep,
So,
next meeting.
yeah, we can do that in the October meeting. I know. Well, and I haven't read them any either.
all right.
So I'll make a note to approve the August and September minutes at the October meeting. Okay, great. Okay, so I really only have these two things on our agenda. The first is discuss and decide on plans to share Kansas State or the K-State tab reports and findings to City Council. So we had many discussions. Oh, and Maggie's here. Hi, Maggie. So we had discussions last month about all the different things that we were going to do. We had talked about having a meeting with City Council, Urban Renewal District, and the Planning Board, and we don't have a date. I reached out to Blake to ask for a time that worked, and I haven't heard back, so we will just maybe have to do that in the interim
Do
to
you,
do those plans.
is there a day of week that works better on your guys' end for that meeting?
There were some specific dates we targeted the last time. I know me and, Tara had a chance to compare notes. Let me see if I can find.
So I have
Yeah.
the 23rd and the 29th, but I mean, we're, I take the blame. I was late in getting those to Blake, so we can look into October or November as well. So first and third Tuesday is what you said would work.
Are not taken up with council, with existing council meetings.
Mm-hmm. So a Tuesday could potentially work, Maggie.
Yeah. Well, wait, let me pull up his calendar too. Are you looking at Tuesday the 4th or Tuesday the 28th?
Are you talking October or November?
Well, October 28th or Tuesday, November 4th.
So the 28th is actually a fourth Tuesday, so that didn't work.
Oh, yep. Actually, no, that doesn't work for us either. So ignore that.
And I think the 4th, November 4th is the election night. I don't know if that causes an issue for Anybody?
I don't think so.
If we haven't voted
We're not
by
having
then, we're
a
not gonna. Let's have a meeting.
It doesn't sound like that's an issue for anybody in this
Well,
room.
I won't be there on the fourth. I'm committed elsewhere. Interesting enough, that's the workforce housing provocative issues that night, so.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I definitely.
Oh, yeah, okay. So that is not gonna work for us.
I would, it's not gonna work for me, and I think several people in this group would like to be part of that, so.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm not in your group, but yes, I don't.
No. Maggie, it sounds like there's a workforce housing, community discussion that night, so,
Okay,
so what about, so
Are
then,
there-
It'd be wonderful to, advertise
yes,
this meeting.
that's what a
at
great
that
idea.
forum.
That would be a great idea.
Yeah.
So the 18th, Mayor, that would be a potential, right? That would be the 4th. Oh, no, that would be is that the 3rd?
That's the third Tuesday.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so,
I wouldn't be there, but I'm not the most important person there. Actually, RURCAC's meeting is that night, so this room would not be available at 5:30.
okay.
and that,
What week is?
Wait a minute. Is that gonna be
the
here?
18th might not work. We're waiting to hear back. We have another community meeting that evening. It's either gonna be the 18th or the 20th. And I think we're still waiting to
Okay.
hear back.
Okay, I said, to me, from my perspective, as I look at the calendar, if I look at that entire week, the 18th would be the last choice.
Oh, okay.
This is to present to the city council and the planning board,
Yeah,
right?
so like a kind of a getting the information out to the city board.
So we have
prior
make
to-
sure they're available, the city
Mhm.
council and the planning board.
Yeah,
We don't know because we haven't asked them yet. This is basically, we're gonna make a proposal and then hope we get at
Well,
least
as
4 of
long
them
as
there.
it doesn't
Yeah.
conflict with something they already have.
Yeah, and that's, I'm saying it doesn't, I can say whether it conflicts or not,
Oh,
but
good.
from a city standpoint, I don't track their personal lives.
Thank God.
I can't even track it.
so I guess if we go out to like December 2nd, that would be the first Tuesday, and that would give plenty of notice to everybody. I mean, do you guys want to push it out that far? That feels like a far way
I would
away.
be at the North Pole and not able to attend that day. But you
Are
can
you
have it without
kidding?
me.
You're gonna be at the North Pole?
I am.
You can't phone in from the North Pole? I'm just kidding. Maggie, what about the 2nd of December?
That would actually be great because I know it's the last week of class, but the projects wrap up, so
Okay.
that's what we're presenting the week of November 18th. So I think the 2nd would be great.
How do y'all feel?
That's Tuesday?
It's the Tuesday, the first
That's the
Tuesday.
first Tuesday of the month.
Okay.
Okay.
And, yeah, I can make, somebody else can run tech for you. That's
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Maggie, that sounds like, so we're saying December 2nd. So we need to run it past, do we just tell them?
I think we tell them it's gonna be there and hope, and then if you get a universal, they're not gonna make it,
Then
you
we
may revisit
reconsider. Okay,
are you looking at 5:30 or 6?
preference of the board.
5:30. Is this room's available?
It is available that night.
Any, Marcy, type?
I might be tight, but you guys can always start without me, and I can blaze in.
5:30?
That's fine.
5:30,
Okay.
writing it in 10.
Maggie, does 5:30 work okay?
Yes, that works great.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, so we will, I guess Maggie, if you just wanna, well, I don't know if you need to confirm with Blake or not, but we'll put that out to the planning board and the city council. And we'll
Okay.
just tell them what we're gonna do. And we'll just ask for any major conflicts, otherwise we'll just move forward with it.
Okay, that sounds good. And yeah, I will do the same with Blake and Kate. I'll send a hold right now. So we should be set.
All right. All right. Jeff, do you think can you communicate with the planning board to see if that works for them?
Yeah, our next planning board meeting is, a week from Wednesday.
Okay, great. And Mayor, are you okay, or do you want me to come? I mean, I don't know.
No,
really.
I'll, with council, no, I'll take, I've got it written down, and
Okay,
I'll make sure we've got somebody to run it and
perfect.
lock up and close up and all that other fun stuff.
Okay, sounds good.
And like I said, I think the working assumption is, and I think Maggie or we, that's who has the right to cancel this. If they can't make it,
Yeah.
they're a required party.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just, most of.
Yeah.
And we hope we get a full, but
Mm-hmm.
as long as they can make it,
Yep.
there we go.
Okay, perfect. Well, that was actually not that painful. It's a little farther out, I guess, because from there, so the thinking that we talked about last meeting, if I recall correctly, is we were talking about presenting, making sure that our leadership has the information prior to going to our developers, but is that still how we're thinking, or do we still, if there's a developer that comes in, I feel like is that terrible to share that with them? I mean, like, I'm not gonna share that I don't talk to any developers, but maybe,
Well, it's a public meeting, so it's advertised,
Yeah.
so.
I'm just talking about the information that we have from KSU Tab. Like, if somebody came into Angela next week and said, oh, I'm looking at this, I feel like we could share that with them. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was, we were just waiting for KSU to say, yes, this is shareable, and I don't think we had that yet. As soon as,
They're working on a final
Yeah.
report, so that should get to us very soon. But even so, the bigger question is, we had talked about sharing this with the leadership prior to anybody else, but maybe we just, I don't think we want to put off a developer if,
I don't,
no,
if I can talk.
yeah, please,
I have actually shared this
perfect,
draft
yes,
with
Yeah.
the three, RFP,
Yeah.
firms
great,
in draft.
yeah,
Draft.
Mhm.
And Myrna and I talked about that.
okay,
And
yeah,
I think, Maggie was,
perfect,
on that email as well.
Yeah.
And the mayor was on that as
Yeah.
well. He sat in on a meeting, so
yeah,
that, it was just draft.
Yeah.
So they have an idea what is being done.
Yeah.
So they can kind of build off of that.
perfect,
So, if it was a developer, they're not gonna come to me. So I don't think we have to worry about that right now.
yeah, okay.
Seriously. I think
Well, and
we're
I
good.
think maybe even just the fact that we have it set up, that would be
Yeah.
like, they're not gonna feel put out that we are not, adequately communicating.
No.
Carrie, did you have something?
No, I just wanted, I don't want to throw a wrinkle in it, and I'm all in favor of anybody who's interested in talking to them, but we are, as you know, most of you know, I'm on the planning board now, planning and
Oh,
zoning
with
board. Jeff and I are in-
For the city,
for the city.
Great.
And we're right in the middle of reviewing our zoning.
all right,
One of the things Jeff and I just kind of chatted about is
Yeah.
that area, the way it's currently zoned
yeah,
is not something that works really well with what we're looking at.
oh, wow,
It's
So
mixed use, because it's
Well-
all C3.
it's partly, yeah, C3 and part of it's C2, but, that includes areas that aren't in the north, in our district. So so we have to work through that with the planning board, and,
Yeah.
that's where I would like to go, and I'm just me, so I'm one individual,
Mhm.
and Chelsea's not listening.
Yeah, not at all.
I think we need to either do it, and there's two ways to do it. One's an overlay district that's just for the URD, or another one is to maybe rezone some of the adjacent to a different zoning.
Mhm.
But, right now it includes single family, it's pretty much the gamut. And then there's one other thing that just kind of sticks in my mind, and I think that there's probably, could be an issue with where the propane plant is,
Mm-hmm.
the bulk plant or distribution plant,
Yeah.
because I think there's probably a restriction on how close housing can be to that.
Sure.
And, yeah, and so we kind of have to figure out, you know, how this all will fit together, because like if
Mhm.
there's a developer interested in this piece, but the propane's right here, then
Yeah.
that's kind of a
No problem. So you're going into a review process of zoning
we're in the middle of it.
in the middle of it. So this is actually perfect timing
Yes.
to take in this new information
And that's why
from
that's kind of
KSU
good
TAP.
if we don't delay too long the discussion with the city council and the planning board.
Okay.
Because, you know, they'd all like to see it right now, but,
Yeah,
you know, I think we would overwhelm them if we,
yeah,
with, as it currently stands.
yeah, okay,
I mean, you
Okay.
guys can bring your summary knowledge of what we've discussed, so, right?
Yes, I mean, you Jeff didn't catch it.
Oh, sorry, like you guys can bring to planning board, you know, what we've discussed so far in
Yeah.
in general terms.
In general, we talked about what has been reported to us.
yeah,
And then the plans to share that with the planning board and city council and with the public at large at a later date.
Yeah,
okay,
But in terms of the specifics, in terms of the implications, trying to make sure that zoning is gonna coincide with the vision or vice versa.
mhm,
And we haven't had any of those discussions yet.
okay, okay,
But I would also suggest at some point that probably need to bring in Jeremy
yes,
into this discussion as well, in order to really line out in terms of what's possible, what's the best approach in terms of reconciling
yeah.
any potential conflicts with current zoning.
Yeah, we
Okay.
brought it up a couple of meetings ago, but, you know, that's the other challenge is we have people that come in for conditional use, and that takes up a meeting.
okay. So, that's good to know with the planning board, but still, the December 2nd works for everybody. Do we distribute the report once we get it? Because it sounds like, Kate is wrapping up the modifications from our comments. Do we share that
I think it
report?
could be unless they have ruled against it, I think we could put it on our city website and make it readily available.
Mhm, yeah,
There's spots, well, no, she's talking about when to get it done,
Once it's fine.
Like, okay.
when it's done.
mhm.
Yeah, I think we
That's-
post that online.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah,
I guess, a question
ahead.
I have, is would you like the final, I mean, I agree, I think it's okay to distribute the draft, because it's draft, it's marked draft, it's fine. But is your intent then to have the final ready to go a couple weeks prior to December 2nd, and then that's what we're presenting on December 2nd, is the final that includes your guys' revisions, and wrapping that up?
I don't think it has to be online. I think we make it available as soon as we have it available. If you guys are working on it till the night before, then we won't post it until the next day. But we would
Okay.
make that information available.
All right, nope, that's helpful, thank you.
Okay. So then, okay, so this agenda item is discuss and decide on plans to share the KSU tab reports and findings. Okay, so we have discussed and decided that we are going to, once we get the final, we're going to share it. We're going to have this meeting on the 2nd. For the meeting on the 2nd, Maggie, the presentation that Blake gave was phenomenal, and it was extensive. So I feel like maybe we just start out that meeting on the 2nd with a general introduction and kick it over to KSU Tab, you guys present, and then we have discussion after that, taking comments. Do we need any more fancy facilitation besides that?
I don't think so, I think it's just a presentation meeting, right?
Yeah, and there'll be a lot of
There's
discussion.
no super action.
Yeah.
Do we want to have the December 2nd meeting here? Because, I mean, if you get everyone here, this is going to be a crowded room, especially if you
could be,
the public input.
yeah, it really could be.
Might be worthwhile doing the senior center or Roosevelt, something.
However, we have the big TV here, which is nice.
Mhm.
That's true.
Yeah, that's,
They do have one at the senior center as well. You're starting to.
But we don't have the other technology.
We can actually. I can do it and have done city meetings from there, but I won't be there.
Right, you are our tech guy.
I'm on Zoom most of every day, so I can run it
Yeah,
blindfolded with
Just,
my
yeah,
hands.
just bring a notebook and connect to it there and it'll make you a,
Yeah,
What would be the most people we would get? And I'm looking around, there are a lot of chairs here,
yeah.
so,
yeah, but we haven't advertised, hey, come see this video presentation from KSU Tab about what they put together. And we know automatically there's gonna be more than this, because planning board and council
right.
automatically doubles the size of, well,
well,
we have some overlap here, so.
Is it as easy to record to YouTube when you're out at the,
Yeah,
somewhere else?
yeah, because you record it to the cloud and you pull it off the cloud, so that's a non-factor.
Cool.
You determine what you wanna make it do, and we'll figure out how to make it happen, that's the.
I just don't go to enough of these kinds of meetings to be able to say. I mean, I guess I would,
I think there's some wisdom in having, I would think the senior center, they give it to us, you know, for not a charge.
Okay.
We can figure the technology out, it sounds.
Yeah, we've got time, technology is possible,
yeah, that's,
and technically on the fourth, I'll be in Longyear Bend, so I should be able to find a connection somewhere now.
so not actually the North Pole.
So the Zoom link is easy enough.
It'll be 70 miles away at that point.
The only thing you might wanna do is check with Dick Nolan on the audio.
Mhm.
I mean, 'cause that's such a big room,
Mhm.
you're gonna want, be able to amplify.
But again, that's something you can say December 2nd and room to be determined, and the
Oh, yeah,
options are being considered.
yeah, mhm.
I have access to a mic and a big speaker, so,
Okay,
but if they don't have it.
But, well, Dick Nolan's got a pretty good setup
Yeah.
that he uses for the forum.
nice,
Yep.
They've let us, Beartooth Front,
Use it.
okay,
And Mark Edwards is an expert on how it works.
okay,
And what I do, again, knowing we have another Zoom, what I do is I just set up a custom meeting, and I can actually make you as you,
mhm,
Graham Poobah, so.
okay. Great. Okay, sounds good. Okay. I feel like we're good on that. Any other comments or questions or anything? Might just even draft that agenda, because it probably, I mean, I can't imagine that it would change a huge amount.
What?
I might just draft that agenda now, so we can get it out
Yeah.
publicized. Okay?
And that presentation will be similar to what Blake gave us.
Yeah, I would think so.
Except leaving out the 5-story stuff that we all agreed, no.
Yeah, that, like, if we publish the draft and wait, like, that might, people
No,
might
yeah.
see the 5-story and freak out, because
Yeah.
I imagine that won't be.
No, I think we wait until we have the final, which is
Uh-huh.
what Blake's request was up front.
Yeah, cool.
I'll sign, I'd say leave the 5-story in, you'll get a big crowd.
Yeah. Pitchforks.
Get lots of attention on you, it worked out great.
Pitchforks and torches.
Get some comments.
Dream big, come on.
Funny.
All right, have fun, guys.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at the second agenda item under new business, and that we basically did that,
Yeah,
in-person presentation. Oh, but that's not in person,
They were
so,
looking for an excuse to come skiing.
oh, yeah.
Oh, they love it on the second then.
So we're just
But
trying-
I think the second, didn't you say they're wrapping stuff up at school, so they couldn't be here by that night?
Mm-hmm.
I think Blake's, if I remember right, Blake's idea was sometime during their winter break,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he had kind of raised that.
to be the
Well-
later date.
But that's also, so what happened is, the first meeting was city council and planning board.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, And now this goes back to the room, because if it's just city council and planning board, it fits in this room just fine.
Right.
And the random people who do up. And so, Jeff, would you think that, you would want to have that audience and then fine tune before the public presentation? Or I think where Tara's going is, are these one and the same meetings if we just make it big enough?
They might be one and the same.
Like, from what I gathered, they wanted at least, before we had a big public meeting, to at least let the planning board and council get a preview of what's being discussed
And
being
feedback.
presented, and then go out to the broader public and
Yeah.
say, here's what the findings are.
Mhm.
I think we're still talking 2 meetings, but.
Well,
But
yeah.
I guess, for the meeting December 2nd, it seems to me that the intent is to focus on planning board and city council.
Mhm.
Okay?
And of course, it's a public meeting, anybody can attend, but I don't know that we would get a lot of attendance there.
Probably not a lot of people out
But
there.
if we, for the community meeting, that would be I would expect that we do a lot more outreach and
Yeah.
advertising of that meeting to make sure to get everybody involved
Mhm.
that wanted to come to that meeting, so.
The other thing is, if we had it smaller, then the planning, committee would have more chance to ask questions and get
Yep.
into a little deeper
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
if it's a big public.
And if it's a big public meeting, then the planning board and the city council are on the spot,
Right.
Yeah,
and they've got other people
That's
who,
right,
so I think we have to have 2 meetings.
yeah, I do
yeah.
too.
Well, wasn't
And
there,
I can pretty much guess that there's gonna be a lot of questions from the planning
Right.
board
Yeah.
in terms of the
Yeah.
detail,
Right,
Mhm.
in terms of what this means and what that means with
Mhm.
zoning and everything. And I suspect you get a lot of questions from the council as well,
Yeah.
so
so,
And I'll try to see if I can get Jeremy for that one.
that would,
Yeah,
that
that's
was,
the one.
that was gonna be my next question.
Mhm.
We need to make sure that Jeremy is available that night as well.
So maybe we keep it here, because that really does communicate more about the meeting, the
Yeah.
nature of the meeting, that it's
Yeah.
really more of a focus on public boards. And then, wasn't there also a conversation about, getting input and then maybe tweaking it further based on the comments from the city? I can't.
I think that'd be a good idea, yeah. That we see what, like, revisions are, and then we have an opportunity to, I think that's kind of what Maggie was hinting at too, is this isn't gonna be the final, because none of us have seen what Blake's gonna come back with
Oh.
yet. You know,
Yeah,
so-
I think he's almost done with that though, as far as, yeah, so, but I was talking a different situation of maybe there's comments, maybe I'm making that up,
Yeah,
because at some point they need to move on and
yeah,
do great things for other people.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I don't think, no, we wanna keep them in a cage of continual revisions.
Yeah.
I think when we get back what he's
Mhm.
working on, that,
mhm.
and we can do what we need to do based upon input
Yep,
from there.
okay,
Yeah,
And-
essentially, I would guess this, the final report is what their recommendations are back
right.
to this group as well as to the city council and to the
Mhm.
planning board.
yeah,
And then the next step is for the 3 entities to get together and figure out
mhm,
how to implement those
Yeah.
recommendations. And some of it's gonna, as Perry alluded to, is gonna be taking a good look at our current zoning and how does that mesh up with the vision
yeah,
that's in Blake's, in KSU's report.
yeah,
And then, again, that has to go back to, any revision in zoning is gonna go to the city council for approval or disapproval.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
And I'm thinking the final presentation can be, more of a summary, you know, not quite as broad
Mhm.
as we would present to the planning board, so we might
Yeah.
wanna,
right, yeah, it
shorten
would be a little
bit and,
tailored down, and it would be more targeted, yes, Okay,
design it for the general audience rather than.
yeah. So, seems like we would want to identify dates for that, sooner rather than later. So maybe that's the thing that I ask.
Because that's the one that was dependent on doing it during their
Yeah.
break.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And so you can set it even though the other meeting hasn't happened yet. is
Yeah.
What you're thinking.
Yeah. So Maggie, does that, yeah, I guess, so do you have any thoughts about an in-person meeting that would be for the broader community at some point during the school break? That's a pretty narrow timeframe.
Maggie, do you know what the school break is, date X to Y?
I do. It is. Well, it kind of finals week is, the week of the 15th. And he doesn't have finals in his classes. I mean, they have final projects and deliverables, but, so his classes will be wrapped up by December 12th. So I would say for us, for traveling, winter break would be, like December 17th through January 9th.
I'm going to assume the week between Christmas and New Year's is a
And then, yeah, that
crash
would,
week for,
right, that probably wouldn't be a good week.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
guess,
maybe,
and maybe I missed a conversation before, but Maggie, is that something that you guys can even do? I don't want us to overstep. You've already done so much.
Yeah.
Is it something you could do?
I mean, coming back for an in-person, yeah, public meeting, yeah, I mean, that's part of our scope. It's usually dependent on the community. I mean, some people don't, they're fine with a virtual, or here's the deliverable, we take it from here. And then other people, yeah, and there is value in coming back. So, let me talk to, Kate and Blake and make sure that that still works with their schedules. But yeah, that's certainly something we can do. Yeah.
Right.
I have to say, if you guys come back with a week, then I can tell you what days conflict with existing other city stuff. But
Okay.
I will look to the RA board for you guys to determine which parts are gonna impact with community life and, when do you wanna do it in that window? 'Cause
Okay.
that's holidays.
Yeah.
The first January is usually really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you hear that, Maggie? The first week in January is usually pretty good. That's probably the best, I agree with you, probably the best option.
Like the week of January 5th? Are you talking that week or, yeah, like,
I gotta,
And I would, the only thing that's out that week from a city standpoint is Wednesday at 5:30 is Parks Board.
okay,
okay, so yeah. So the week of January 5th.
okay. Yeah, I think that would probably work the best on our end also. So I'll get with Kate and, Blake and see if they have, excluding Wednesday, if they have a preference.
And if that's the only day that works, it just means we do some tweaking on our side.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Well, wonderful, thank you. Okay, so we have plans for a virtual meeting focused on presenting to the public boards of the city, and then, align on a potential in-person meeting week of January 5th for a community-wide presentation. So once we get the date, then we can figure out the details for that. Is there any other thing?
So,
yes.
A is, virtual?
Yes,
Oh, okay,
no, the December 2nd?
yeah,
Yeah, that's virtual.
so they'll come virtually.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, any other items to talk about, nail down for these two, presentations?
Well, again, the venue for the community one,
Yeah, let's figure,
once we know what
Yeah.
the date is.
yeah. Yep, okay. Great. Maggie, anything else that you can think of that we should think about?
Nope, I don't have anything for you guys.
Okay, Myrna, is there anything from your end?
No, all good.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, wonderful. Okay. Well, then, I guess we'll move on through the agenda, which is really not very much. We're good. Everybody's good. Okay, we don't have any old business that I could see. Anything for a treasurer's report?
Yeah, so
Oh, wow.
Lonnie did give us some new numbers,
Nice.
some official stuff. Basically, the short version is, as of August 25, cash on hand is 224,446, and that is minus, so that doesn't include the 27,000 that we've spent so far, lifetime to date.
Lifetime to date.
As far as the increment is going, construction and taxable value still keeps going up within the district. So, we started off in 2023 with 233,000 in taxable value. That's not money in the bank, that's the taxable value, the increment. And that's now sitting at 454. So this time next year, depending on how the mills pan out, and they just wrapped those up, I think you guys maybe have just gotten them. We're looking at an additional, probably another 220-ish.
Okay.
So, assuming no other expenditures by this time next year, we'll have roughly 420 some, probably.
I will add just one related
Yeah.
comment on that. And it kind of fits into that conversation. I was wondering, like, if we had to change, or if we had to, was it gonna hurt us financially to keep the URA available and whatnot? And long-term, the answer is no. So, like, if there's new development, let me switch to a different example, just, but it's in the context. If we were annexing Remington Ranch, the portion that has sewer,
Right.
we do not get less if that happens after the 31st than before, because all the properties are all handled at the rate that they're done. It just transfers from one entity to the other. So we were wondering if this was driving the decisions within the urban renewal, like if it wasn't part of the city, did we get 100%? If it was part of urban renewal, that is, no, it's not gonna add, it's the same all the way around.
Right. That was my understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
okay.
we got that confirmed.
Excellent.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
great.
that's
Thanks,
where we're at.
Jeremy. Yeah, that's wonderful. Any questions on the treasurer's report? Okay, any written correspondence? Any other business? Okay, I guess we'll adjourn.
When's our next meeting?
Next meeting, November 10th.
November 10th.
Okay,
Do you want to do public comment before you adjourn to see if you have any public that?
okay. Well, okay, so under written correspondence, petitions and communications from the audience, is that
Okay.
the same thing?
It is if they understand that.
Okay. We've never had public comment on the agenda, but we would love to have public comment. Does anybody have any public comment?
I just noticed you have people online. I didn't want to get in trouble.
Oh, I got you. Anybody online that has any comments or questions?
Box checked. Moving on.
Okay, well, with that, I guess we'll adjourn the meeting. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Apologies for being late.
Barely.
Yeah.
It's-